Welcome, everybody. This is the Denku podcast. I'm your host, Tayamu Denku. I got my co-host and homie from CyphaDen Music, Rambunxious. And tonight, we have former light heavyweight champion, amazing 50-8 record in the boxing realm, Montell, Ice, Griffin. What is going on, man?
Everything good, baby. Everything good, man. Just chilling.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to start it off before we even talk anything historical or how you jumped into boxing or anything like that. I wanted to start off by talking about how you're going to be doing this upcoming celebrity boxing match against Mark Coleman, who technically is, a legend in MMA. And I guess my thing is how is your training different now that you're older compared to when you were younger, or is it basically the same type of training now like that you did back in the day?
Yeah, of course. It's a little different, I mean, at my, I ain't gonna say at my age because I'm old, but with my experience, I don't have to train as hard. I know how to train. I don't have to train as hard, and your body kick in faster. So, what I'm saying? I'm not Mark Coleman is not a boxer. He's an MMA fighter. I'm not taking him light and everything, but I'm gonna be in tip-top shape. I'm running, hitting the bags and shadow boxing and everything. But yeah, I'm not trying to kill myself. You know what I'm saying? I do it. I listen to my body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't try to overdo it or nothing like that. But I mean, I stopped eating sugar. I stopped drinking hard liquor. In 2020, I lost 30 pounds. So, my weight is cool. So it's easy for me to train now because I ain't got to lose no weight. So I was just running every day, hitting the bags and everything. So, what I'm saying? I feel good. I'm not, of course, I'm not where I want to be, but I feel I've been running for like about a month now straight, and I'm starting to get a little bounce in my legs. I've been hitting the bags, working the floor. So I feel pretty good. My main thing is not getting hit. I'm not gonna let this big man hit me.
There it is, man. Sorry, you cut out, Ram. What were you saying?
Oh, is it more conditioning workout than it is anything heavy at all?
Yeah, as long as I'm in shape, I ain't worried about nothing.
Yeah.
Man, my skill level is too high, so as long as I'm in shape and I can do what I want to do, I'm not worried about him.
I don't.
Do you so how does the celebrity boxing thing even work? Like, did they just randomly pair y'all, or
I refereed Roy Jones' fight against NDO, and Damon from Celebrity Boxing said he gonna give me one. I didn't know if it was gonna come through or not, but I got offered one, with Mark Coleman. Hopefully everything work out and it's good, and we can enjoy ourselves and just have some fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I gotta take care of myself. I'm not finna let nobody hit me, so I'm not punished.
You know what I found crazy about you fighting Mark Coleman is I didn't realize I researched even deeper today, and I didn't realize that both of y'all in your respective sports were both in the '92 Olympics in Barcelona, Spain.
Yeah. That's why I followed him in the UFC. I knew who he was. So I followed him. He was the first heavyweight champ. That's me, that's respect. You know what I'm saying? Mark Coleman was the man. He was the shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got mad respect for him. But yeah, we both 92 Olympians.
So do y'all know each other personally? Are you friends now? Or you
I talked to him on the phone, but
okay.
Talked to him, social media, but I haven't met him yet.
Okay.
What happened was that COVID scare kind of slowed everything down. Damon at Celebrity Boxing was worried about COVID, so it kind of pushed the fight back some. So I think we're looking like around January now. So that makes it even better because it's giving me more time to train.
Right on.
And, we can build up the fight and talk about it and everything. So I ain't really worried about it. I just it's fun, man. I just hope it's success and everybody, what I'm saying, get a kick out of
it. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, y'all hitting for real, right?
Huh?
I say y'all hitting for real, though.
I mean, we gotta sit down. We're gonna. It's supposed to be a press conference soon. When we get to that press conference, we're gonna sit down and talk about how we're gonna do this. Because I'm embarrassed. I'm not gonna get embarrassed, and I'm not here trying to embarrass nobody. If he know how to work with me, I'm gonna work with him.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's all. That's all.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, you're a legend in the boxing game, man. How did
I don't get treated like a legend, but I think I am.
I mean?
I think my resume proves that I am.
Absolutely.
But I'm not treated like a legend.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, man. It's just something. I think, you know what, man. What I did in boxing in a small amount of time, I think it was just so. What I did was so outstanding. They just took it for granted. You know what I'm saying? I quit boxing when I was 12 years old. I didn't do nothing for 8 years. I came back in December 1991. I mean, January 1991. I had my first fight. During 1992, I was number one in the nation. I made the Olympian team that June with only 30 amateur fights. I don't know who could say. I know George Foreman and Deontay Wilder. They made the Olympian team. You know, but they heavyweights and they could punch. Right. But you know, so I had 30 amateur fights. I was a U.S. champion with 21 fights. I beat the world champ with 22 pro fights. I mean, 22 amateur fights in Moscow. Then I won a Canada Cup. Then I made the Olympic team with 30 amateur fights. Man, that shit was unheard of. I beat three fighters that was number one in the nation.
Yeah.
And then I turned pro and beat James Toney with 14 pro fights. They probably couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't know how to react. But I did Superman shit, and I don't get treated like Superman.
Yeah. I mean, even I think I was watching the James Toney, one of the James Toneys earlier, and even George Foreman wasn't giving you respect during the fight. Like during the fight, he's like, I got him winning no rounds, and I was shocked at hearing him say that when I watched back. You know.
You know what? Let me tell you this true story. I fought George Foreman. I fought James Toney. George Foreman was a commentator, so we was at the fighters meeting. I made a little small comment about Muhammad Ali. I don't know if he took it serious or not, but during the fight, man, he was against me 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it was obvious.
Man said I didn't win one round.
No, right? I had you having at least 4 to 6 already.
The man said I didn't win one round. So, okay, with the second fight, he wasn't as bad as the first fight, but he still was bad. So after the second time I beat him, I'm in the shower and I hear my family like screaming like, Montell, come here. So I knew something was up. I get out the shower. George Foreman came to my dressing room and shook my hand and said, "You beat my man twice. I got no more excuses." So I said, he's a real man. A real George Foreman did that to me. I'm nobody. He's one of the most greatest fighters ever. He came in my dressing room and apologized like a man. Can't do nothing but respect him.
That's beautiful, yeah.
That's what's up. That's a crazy story right there. That's just crazy.
Yeah, story. I was like, I couldn't believe it, but I got mad respect for him after that.
Speaking of James Toney in those fights, I wanted to ask. We had a guest question. My homie Donovan, a boxing enthusiast out in Brooklyn, New York. He wanted to know what it was like going 24 rounds in 2 fights with James Toney. What was the most difficult things to figure out about his style? And did he talk shit to you while you were fighting?
Okay. Just another story that's finna throw y'all off. Okay. When I got home from the Olympics in '92, Jackie Callan called me to come to Detroit. She said James wanted to sign me. So I went to Detroit. Bill Miller was there. The first day I sparred, Booker T. Word. He was like a hot cruiserweight at the time. He had knocked out the Olympian, I forgot his name, but he was real hot at the time. So I boxed him. I did my thing. Bill Miller was like, damn, you look good. He said, okay, tomorrow we're going to spar Dennis Andres. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So I sparred Dennis Andres, former light heavyweight champion of the world. I played with him. You know what I'm saying? Just something I've been used to my whole career. I played with him. I got the ring. And but I got to tell you this, though. I played with him, but I'll talk shit to him and I apologize. That's the only time in my career I talk shit to a legend, somebody more experienced than me, and I apologize, and I never did it again. But after that, he said, okay, we sparring James tomorrow. And I'm an asshole. So the way he said it was like I'm supposed to be scared. Like, I don't give a fuck about James Toney. Like, I don't care. So I sparred James the next day. And I'm not going to sit and say I whooped his ass. I ain't going to say, well, he didn't whoop my ass. I ain't going to say I whooped his ass. It was tit for tat. It was tit for tat. And he said, damn, it's like I'm sparring a mirror of myself. Right? So right after that, I never seen the crazy James Toney. From day one, he always respected me because I got the ring and I put I got in my ring. I got in the ring and I put some pressure on his ass and he respected me from that day on. You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't talk shit to me. But we had sparred already.
Okay.
And he did shit to me. Nothing.
Why did you apologize?
You know why? Because
that's not typical of any boxer.
It's respect level. He was a pro. He's a former world champ, and he was experienced. I was a kid. I was an amateur, so I apologize. I was out of line, and I never did it again after that day.
Right.
But I whooped his ass though.
Talk that shit.
I whooped his ass.
Yeah, man. That's what
James Toney, like, God damn, Montell Griffin, he running his gym. That's what he said. Then not before I sparred him, but he said that the day before. He said, man, Montell Griffin running his gym. Booker T Word, top professional, Dennis Andres, and then James got in there and all it did was boost my confidence on how good I was. Cause see, y'all gotta remember one thing. When I sparred him, I was only fighting 2 years. I only fought a year and a half when I sparred James Toney. A year, I boxed. I started boxing. I learned how to box as a kid. I quit at 12. But in 92, when I sparred James Toney, I was boxing a year and a half, and he couldn't do shit to me.
That's what's up, man. Well, let's talk about that. So you learned how to box as a kid. So when did you start actually boxing?
My father was going to the gym to teach my brother self-defense.
And your father was a trainer, right? Famous trainer. Your father was a trainer, right?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say famous. He did it. He did pretty good. But he took my brother to the gym to learn self-defense. He got real close with the owner, Johnny Coulon, who's a former bantamweight champion from Canada. And he was his understudy, and he bought the gym. So when I was 2 years old, he had the gym. I think about in 71. So I was 1 year old. So I was in the gym I was in the gym every day. Yeah. Of course, at that time, you couldn't fight till you was 10 years old. So my father lied, and he had me fight at 9. I fought the Ohio State Fair. I made it to the quarterfinals. Fought a kid who was too big and strong for me. It didn't bother me, and then I came right back the next year, made it to the semifinals. I thought I got robbed, but, it is what it is. And then, but the guy who was the champion, but you know what? I ain't gonna. I could start some shit, but I ain't. But anyway, so the guy, my father said in the semifinals, the night of the fight, my father told me, even if you win, I'm not letting you fight in the championship. And I'm like, why? He said, because that kid ain't 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it was Obi Beard. He and him was in the semifinals. He won. He knocked out every kid in like 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm gonna tell you some shit about that. So my father said, even if you win, I'm not letting you fight me in the championship. So I don't even know why he told me that before the fight, but I ain't gonna say it changed them, but I won the fight, but they gave it to the other kid. But the crazy thing about it, I was 10 years old, right? My father died in 83. I fought in National Silver Gloves. I was 13 years old, right? Why was Obi Beard 16-year-old fighting open? So he was fighting little, he was picking on little 10-year-old kids. He's a fucking clown.
Was that common? Was that common back then?
He fought, huh?
Was that common back then?
I guess so. I mean, I didn't know. I wouldn't have to fight nobody younger than me. But Yeah, he won the championship in 1980 at 10 years old, but he fought open in 1983. So that's another part of boxing. Another some shit I taught you about boxing.
Yeah.
So I mean, in '83, my father had a heart attack. My mother made me quit boxing. I was heartbroken, and you know, I just lived as a normal teenager, smoking weed, gang banging, drinking beer, and hollering at girls. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. The whole 8 years, from 12 to 20, and my nephew called me in December 1990. One of my best friends died in December '89, and I suffered for like a whole year of depression. It kind of like when he died, I never mourned my father because, you know, he was cremated and we never saw him. So when one of my best friends died, I mourned both of them.
It's like
so
it came back, right?
Depression. I got 210 pounds. I lost my job. I lost my car. My car broke down. I had no money. And I was sitting in the house one day and my nephew said, "Unc, what you doing?" I said, "I ain't doing shit." He said, "Why don't you come to LA and start boxing?" I'm like, "Shit, all right." Because I'm like, "Shit, I ain't doing shit." And I answered him so quick. He like, "No, I'm for real." I'm like, "Shit, I'm for real." And, no, I'm serious. Serious. Yeah. So listen, the next day, one of my best friends to this day, Ron Lee, his father was a mechanic who lived right behind me. I walked to his house. I said, "Mr. Lee, I'm trying to do something with my life." I said, "Man, my car, the engine broke, but could you buy it for me?" He said, "I'll give you $500. And that's how I bought my plane ticket to get to LA. And I had $200 to my name. At 20 years old, everything worked out.
Damn.
Everything.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So being an Olympian in '92, can you just tell me one cool ass? Because I always wanted to do like Olympic shit. Like I was a track dude in high school, college. Like I did track shit. I always wanted to do some Olympic shit at some point in time. I ran against Olympic runners, but like, can you give me like a cool ass story from the Olympics?
Bro, check this out. I turned pro. I beat 2 Hall of Famers. I fought everybody. I didn't turn nobody down. And making the Olympic team was the greatest honor of my life. I don't care about the pros. Making the Olympic team meant more to me than anything that ever happened in my life. I watched some guys fight on the 1990 National Golden Gloves. I watched them fight, and I told all my friends, I said, "Man, I could beat them." And they laughed. They said, "What do you?" They didn't even know I boxed. I didn't even tell nobody because I was embarrassed. I said, "I could beat them guys." And they were like, "Man, get out of here." I said, "Okay." So I packed up. I moved to LA, and I started boxing. I told you, at my first fight in January 1991, January 1992, I was #1 in the nation. And I made the Olympic team that summer. Everybody in Chicago was like, "Man, bro, we didn't even know you boxed." They was like, "Man, you left Chicago. You said you was going to make the Olympic team, and you was on fucking TV like you said." And can't nobody say shit but respect that.
That's fucking cold. That's cold.
30 amateur fights. 30 I beat the world champion in Moscow with 22 amateur fights.
Huh. As a sports fan, I got a quick question. 92, that's Dream Team. Did you run into the NBA Dream Team, dude?
I met Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley, Pat Ewing. I saw Drexler, but I ain't really talked to him.
Right.
And who else was it? Scottie Pippen.
Right. I'm gonna assume Magic and Barkley were the coolest, huh?
You know, I got another story. I got a story that'll blow your fucking head up.
Come on. Let me adjust my
after I lose to Jeremy Williams in the championship of the trials, which I didn't lose. They robbed me again. So I didn't get picked to go to the box office. So I trained with Chris Bird to go to the trial. So I flew back home to Flint, and he with the Olympic team. So I'm by myself feeling like a fucking loser, right? First of all, I didn't lose in the championship. and I didn't get picked to go to the box office. So I'm in Flint, and wherever you at, if you're a real player, every real player got a girl. Every city you go, a real player had a girl. So I'm over this girl house in Flint, and she like, man, Coach Bird on the phone. And I'm like, damn, fuck he called. He said, Montell. He said, you know what? He said, you know what? Bring your ass home. And I had never heard him curse before. So I'm like, damn, this is serious. So I go home. I'm like, what's up, man? He said, man, Mitch, my lawyer, he said, man, Mitch got you back in the Olympics, in the box office. I'm like, for real? He said, what I got to do? He said, but you got to fight Terry McGroom again. I said, man, I beat Terry McGroom. I beat Terry McGroom in the U.S. trial. I said, man, I'm not fucking fighting him again. And the best thing that ever happened, my lawyer, he did not argue with me. He could have been like, you black motherfucker, get on this flight and come home, and I wouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, you know what? Just come home, let's talk. I was like, all right, I flew to LA, and the guy who worked for my lawyer picked me up. He said, bro, I gotta make one stop at the LA Athletic Center. That's where all the hoopers play in LA for the summertime. So I get in there, I'm right there in the lobby, and my man said, hey man, so you gotta remember, this is 1992, the Bulls won in 91. So he said, man, Magic in there. Why don't you come say hi to Magic? I'm like, man, fuck Magic. I said, I'm with Mike Jordan. I'm like, fuck Magic. So I'm sitting in the lobby for like another 30 minutes. He said, bro, man, just come eat Magic. I'm like, man, fuck. I'm young, I'm an asshole. So I walk in and I go in to meet Magic, and I'm trying to remember who the basketball player. I knew his name for years, but I can't remember. But anyway, so my man walked. He said, "Magic, this is Montell Griffin. He gonna be an Olympic team." And the guy next to him was like, what weight he fight? He said, like heavyweight. He said, you ain't going to fucking Olympics like heavyweight, Jeremy. We ain't going like heavyweight. I said, what? I said, Magic. I pointed Magic's face. I said, I bet you see me in Barcelona. I turned to walk away. I said, get my fucking ticket. I'm out of here. That's how I made my mind up. True story. And then when I got to Barcelona, I tapped on Magic's shoulder. I said, I told you I was going to be here. He said, God damn. He said, you said it. I said, now let's take a picture. And I took a picture with him. True stories. True stories.
That's just tight, man. That's dope. That's dope, man.
That's crazy.
Let me ask this other. I had another fan question. My dude Josh, Dubuque, Iowa. He said, Montell, if you could fight in any other era, what era would you choose and why?
Early 80s. The greatest light heavyweight ever. They say it's a great light heavyweight era, but I think our era topped that era with Roy, Tarver, James Toney, Virgil Hill, Tommy Hearns, and Michael Nunn. That we got the greatest era light heavyweights, but that's the second greatest. And I love to fight in that era with Michael Spinks and Victor Galindez and the kid from Indianapolis. I forgot his name, but Marvin Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's I love to fight in that era.
I'm sure you had a relationship with Tommy Hearns then, right?
I met Tommy when I was with my father. I had to be like 11.
Okay, he's that old. Okay.
When my father opened up Windy City Gym on the west side, Emmanuel Stewart. No, wait a minute. They came to the old gym.
That's a little later, right?
Yeah, the old gym. So this is probably like 89, 90, yeah. So yeah, Tommy and Milt McCory. No, that was the new gym, 81, because I got a picture with Milt McCory. So okay. Emmanuel Stewart brought Tommy Hitman Hearns and Milt McCory to the gym. And then Tommy fought an exhibition with this guy named Dr. Herbert Obel. He's a dentist in Chicago. And I was in the dressing room with Tommy. So I spent a little time with Tommy.
Yeah. I'm curious. I met him one time. I worked at a shoe store when I was 17, and he came in this shoe store in Phoenix, Arizona. And a bunch of us were tripping out. but some people didn't know who he was. I'm like 17, so the other young dudes didn't know. That was one of my favorite moments is meeting him. He's one of my favorite boxers. That whole era with him and Duran and Sugar Ray, that whole era is one of my favorites. So I was just curious when you mentioned Tommy Hearn,
Yeah, I got a chance to spend some time with Tommy, man. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? I hated it because the winner of me and Roy Jones, the first fight was supposed to fight Tommy Hearns. But because of the rematch item, I really wanted to fight Tommy just to have that name on my record.
Yeah.
That would have been dope. That would have been dope.
Man.
He hit me with no right hand.
What did he say there?
I said, he not hitting me with no right hand. I'm going to go to my right the whole fight. He's not hitting me.
Yeah, man. Let me ask this other question since we're talking about same dude. He had another question. Josh, Dubuque, Iowa. He wanted to know, out of the two fighters, which one impressed you more? Roy Jones' ability to hit or James Toney's ability to not be hit?
Man.
Yeah, I got to go with Roy's speed because I just couldn't believe how fast that motherfucker was. I know I never looked at myself as fast, but I'm very quick and clever. But this motherfucker was so fast. I had never been in the ring. I had sparred bantamweights. I sparred Floyd Mayweather. The speed is just so much different.
So Roy was faster than Floyd?
Yeah, without a question.
At hitting or
just faster. Faster.
I believe it from watching it.
No.
You know how it goes.
It's not a secret. Floyd Mayweather's not really no fast guy. He's quick and smart. Like he's not fast compared to Shane Mosley and none of them guys. I mean Floyd and Purnell, they really was not fast. They were just quick. Yeah. Like Meredith Taylor was fast. Purnell was slick and quick. You know what I'm saying? Floyd was slick and quick. Roy is fast. It's different.
Yeah. But you know what I noticed he never did is the chicken shit, putting the head. He never did that against you. He didn't do that shit.
Cool.
Roy.
Now, you know what? Roy, what happened with Roy, man? Roy, one of the greatest fighters to ever walk the earth. I think Roy just he was caught off guard by my slickness.
Yeah.
And I'm hitting with, Roy was not, the one thing I was really surprised, he was not hard to hit. Very easy to hit. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, I got to say very easy because it's so hard for me to reach guys because I'm short and I got my length is not that long, but my counter shots was catching them so clean. I couldn't believe how easy it was to hit. And with James Toney, he's a great defensive fighter. It wasn't easy to hit him. It wasn't real easy to hit him, but my jab worked real effectively against James and my counter hooks. But I mean, they both. I'm upset because, the record say I got 8 losses. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think I got robbed 2 or 3 times. But I just say this. Like I've lost to worse fighters than James and Roy, so I'm kind of embarrassed because ain't nobody better. You know, the guys I lost to is not better than them.
Yeah, I mean, around the time,
I fought Roy Jones and James Toney in a prime. When I fought James Toney, he in three months before he was the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. When I fought Roy Jones, he was the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world.
Yeah, I remember watching the first Roy Jones fight. I remember the walkouts. I actually remember growing up watching that fight, and that was the biggest fight of the era. I feel like that shit was crazy. Like your fight with Roy Jones. Like it was huge. I remember seeing it.
I don't think it got I never really got I've been around James Toney a lot, so I've seen all the attention he got, all the love, all the cameras. I never got that. So, the fight really wasn't that big to me. Not as big as I thought it.
So even after you won the first fight, right? And then they set up the rematch. Was the rematch a bigger, like, more bigger press?
It was pay-per-view, but I chose the guaranteed money over the pay-per-view because I knew because there was 2 black people fighting. Wasn't nobody gonna buy it. So I didn't take the pay-per-view money. I took the guaranteed money. I heard Roy took the pay-per-view money. I heard what they, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, I took the guarantee. Because like I said, Roy Jones was a superstar, but I wasn't. I never got the love that, you know what I'm saying, that James and both of their careers are better than mine. There's no question. I'm just good enough to fucking gave 2 fucking legends problems.
Right.
2 of the greatest fighters that ever walked this fucking earth. I gave both
problems.
problems.
Let's not downgrade it. You gave them serious problems though.
That's all I'm saying. That means that's good enough for me because both of their careers, they looked at 2 of the greatest fighters in history, and I beat both of them. Just give me my flowers. That's all. Just give me my flowers. I'm supposed to be in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. I boxed 1.5 years when I made the Olympic team. I boxed 4 years when I beat James Toney. I boxed 4 years. I had 14 fights. I'm a fucking Hall of Famer, man. I'm a fucking Hall of Famer. James Toney knocked out Evander Holyfield. I beat that motherfucker twice. Stop.
That's it. I mean,
shit else to talk about.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's crazy.
That's super crazy.
And you know what's real tight though? You know what's even tighter than that is, you know how, like, when people like lose a fight, how sometimes they can't build the momentum back and then their shit's fucked up. Like, you just kept winning after, even after the second Roy Jones fight, you came back and you just kept winning.
Well, I fought a fucking legend. I fought Vincent Durham, who many people think he beat James Toney. I fought him my next fight after Roy Jones just to show people it was a fluke. I didn't warm up 5 minutes for that fight. I ain't got to make no excuses. People know it. Roy Jones' lawyer told me in my face they rushed me out on purpose. He said my manager, my promoter knew about it. I didn't warm up 5 minutes for that fight. That's why the fight don't even bother me. You know what? It just showed me how good I was, that them motherfuckers ain't want me at my best. That's what it means to me. That's all it means to me.
Yeah.
Whoever phone I got, I'm going to send you a text when we get done just to show you I ain't fucking lying. That boxing dirty as fuck. The biggest fight of my life, I got fucked and stabbed in the back. I got to live with it.
Huh.
Yeah,
I had 59 pro fights. I got knocked out in the first round. That's some bullshit. I got a fucking chin. I was cold as fuck.
Huh. I got a quick question. Who's your favorite?
What time is it?
8:30.
8:30 Central?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm good.
Okay. Who is your favorite and least favorite ref?
Man, Mills Lane gave me a hell of a compliment. I want to say it had to be right before the second James Toney fight because I fought Roy right after that. Mills Lane, we fought in Idaho. He said, man, you ready? You ready for Roy, man? I can't wait to see that fight. And that was just like, you know what I'm saying, one of the greatest compliments I ever got in my life. So Mills Lane, he gets all the love in the world. I mean, everybody think he's the greatest ref anyway.
Right.
And Joe Cortez is the dirtiest motherfucker ever in history.
Oh, look, you know what's funny? Hey, I got it written down. I knew you was gonna say Joe Cortez. I got it written down, but I didn't want to call him out. I wanted to ask the question. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in fucking Germany. Mikuszewski, if Roy Jones and Mikuszewski, the 2 best light heavyweights in the world, I'm beating the fuck out of Mikuszewski. 3-4 rounds. I'm winning on all 3 scorecards. He threw a flurry after the bell, and Joe Cortez stopped the fight. I never got knocked down. I never got rocked. This dirty motherfucker, threw a 2-punch combination after the bell, and Joe Cortez stopped the fight. I know he got paid off.
Well,
just watch the video. I got fucked my whole career. Just watch the video.
Yeah.
I got fucked against Roy, the second fight. I got fucked against Mikuchevsky. I got fucked against Eric Harden. I played with him. They fucking robbed me. That's some more dirty shit.
Yep.
When
I had a feeling. I didn't mean to bring up bad blood, but I had a feeling.
When did you? Okay. Well,
what?
It's kind of known. I mean, if you pay attention to boxing, I feel like there's a lot of people that know that there's dirty shit that happens in boxing. And I guess I want to know is, when did you see it firsthand? Like what? Like early, like way early?
I was a junior. When I went to Ohio State Fair and I beat this kid and I know I won. When I walked, the fucking judge winked at me and smiled. I'm like, oh, I'm good.
So as a kid,
huh?
Yeah,
a kid.
Yeah, so that was I was 10. 1980 was the first time I got robbed. And in 79 I lost. 1980 I got robbed. And I lost in in 83, I threw a jab to a guy's body and he threw a overhand right and hit me in the back of the head. And I went down. I got up and the referee just stopped the fight for no reason. I was 11, I was 12 years old. That was my third loss.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
easy, man.
But yeah, boxing, some dirty ass shit in boxing.
What? Okay, so when you stopped professional boxing, what happened after that? Did you go into starting? Did you train people? What happened after that?
I did the fucking I did the shit like a TV dad. I left, I retired. Well, let me see. I was still boxing. While I was boxing, I got a fucking job as a sheriff. So I was Cook County Sheriff. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I was making more money training.
So Cook County, Illinois, Cook County?
Cook County, yeah. Cook County.
Yeah,
I was Cook County.
Yeah.
But look, check this shit out. Some more fucked up shit. Y'all gonna have a ball with my interview.
Let's go.
So I'm trying to be the smartest motherfucker in the world. So I'm finna retire from boxing. So I'm like, okay, I got a job as a Cook County Sheriff. I'm like, okay, they got great insurance, and I can carry a gun to protect my family. And I don't do no work. I ain't gotta do shit. I don't do shit. I just go to sleep, bullshit around, whatever. Right? But I did take a pay cut just for my training. I was making what they was making. I was making more than what they was making because it was cash and I wasn't paying taxes on it. So I took a pay cut to take this job, to have insurance and whatever, do shit the right way. A motherfucker picked a fight with me. I defended myself. He stepped to me, I defended myself, and I hit him with a two-piece, and then I got suspended. Shit. So that was 7 years ago. I'm still fighting that lawsuit. And I opened up my own gym, and I'm training fighters, and I'm doing I got a book out. I got I did investments. I got Airbnb. I got
the name of the book so people know what the name of the book is.
The name of my book is The Ice Life. The Ice Life. It's about a kid. I'm not the greatest fighter in the world. I didn't have the best life, but I was a kid who made a second chance for itself in life. I ain't with nobody help. I did this shit by myself. You know what I'm saying? And the link is theicelifebook.com. Theicelifebook.com is the link. It's a great story, man. I think if the book fall in the right person's hands, they gonna make a movie about my life, bro. My life has been crazy as fuck, bro. Yeah. I was a Jehovah's Witness going door to door, knocking on, going to Kingdom Hall, smoking weed, hanging out with my friends, gang banging. Then I started boxing, and it still was my life is fucking crazy as fuck.
Wow. So that's all before 12 then.
I quit at 12. That was before I started boxing.
So between 12 and 20, you said is where it's.
Put it like this. I started boxing in 91, and I was getting over a drug problem. I was smoking cocaine and weed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing. A year before I was Olympian, I was smoking cocaine and weed mixed together.
Damn.
Come on, man. This shit is crazy.
That is crazy.
It's real crazy. It actually made me think of there was this dude that was on my track team, and you know, he didn't give no fuck about, you know, what was. I'm not going to say his name, but
Yeah, no,
you
don't
know,
do that.
he used to get, you know, he used to get blazed before the track meets, and he would just win. He would just win. Like he would just like it. It's like you know what I'm saying. Like he would never train. He would never do nothing. He would just get high as fuck before he would run, and he would just win.
I
Every
wasn't high.
race.
I really wasn't getting high when I was boxing. I should
Yeah.
have been. I should have. No, real talk. Let me say this. Let me say it. Hold on. Let me say this. I should have been smoking instead of drinking.
Right.
Because I'm going to camp, losing them 20 pounds from all that liquor and shit. I'm finna tell you something. If I was smoking weed, I wouldn't have been gaining no weight. So I wouldn't have been overweight from food or liquor. It would have been smarter. My career would have been much longer. I wish I was smoking instead of drinking.
It wasn't as good of a tool back then, and it wasn't as accepted. Like the weed wasn't as good for actual medication back then, and it also wasn't accepted. So the same, you know.
The shit real now. You know what I'm saying? I do CBD. Of course, I smoke all day. This shit is a lifestyle. This is the greatest shit ever happened in my life. But
we see the hoodie, man. You make weed disappear.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Is that your brand, or is that?
No. This is a hoodie somebody bought me. I'm trying to work on a guy in Denver where I get my own strand right now.
Boom. There you go.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what's up, man.
You don't want to do it in Chicago? Is it too hard to like in Illinois to make something happen like that? Like
Man, I done hooked up with like 3-4 different people, and they didn't all fake me out. I done hooked up with 2-3 companies that say they was gonna do something, and it didn't go through. One of them was in Phoenix. One of them was supposed to be here, and I met the guy Crazy Scoma in Denver. I was just sitting. We just sitting at in Denver. They got like a weed fest. Like 100,000 people be there. We just sitting there talking, and boxing came up, and you know what I'm saying. He kept in touch, and he finna send me some seeds out right now, so I'm gonna grow my own.
Okay, that's smart.
That's what's up. Do you help train boxers now at all? Like teach them at all? Or?
Nah, the only pro I was working with was Von Alexander, but I think we kind of went our separate ways. But right now I'm just dealing with I got a kid who's like number 8 in the nation, Xavier Knowles at light heavyweight, and I got a kid who's 10 years old, Ramari Gallion. He's gonna be real special. So you know what I'm saying. My stable kind of small right now. It's just these kids, man. These kids lose one fight and they just quit now. It's crazy.
Not the same drive.
5 kids just lose one fight, close fight, could have won either way, and just quit. So it's just fucked up that people think. And I'm not blaming Floyd, but the way people look at Floyd, if they lose, that
they're like, why I can't get to that level if I'm not undefeated my whole career.
Floyd lost in the amateurs. The amateurs don't count. You're gonna start over when you turn pro. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yep. And I hate saying this, but because people don't like to talk about it, but there's one questionable one with Floyd. I'm drawing a blank right now, but there was one questionable fight where he should have got disqualified because his pops came in the ring, and I forget who he was fighting.
Oh, that was against Zab Judah.
Yeah, that's right. That was that.
I mean,
is that questionable? What do you think about that?
Man, Floyd worth so much money to Vegas that they couldn't happen. I mean, Roger was wrong. Roger was wrong, but Zab hit Floyd low on purpose.
That's true.
He hit him, and you know, Roger a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah. Look, when I got to Vegas in '93, Roger pretty much was the mayor of Vegas.
Yeah.
In '83, when 93, when I got there to train turn pro, he was a fucking mayor of Vegas, man. Roger Mayweather is the shit. He my man. He's always shown me love. He gave me a lot of great compliments. So that's my man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not. I wasn't trying to.
I've been on tour since he was 16 because of Roger and Jeff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. So during your peak time, like before any defeats, I just want to know, what was that, like probably like 96, 97, 95, between 95 and 97. What's the top 3 songs on your training playlists?
Like I know X was 97. X was like 97, 98.
98, yeah.
DMX was on a lot of my playlists back then.
I believe it.
You know, Biggie was my man. You know, he had passed away. You know what I'm saying? I actually, no, Biggie passed away in 97 before Roy. So yeah, Biggie was my favorite rapper. But DMX, you know what I'm saying, with the movies and the song. I just remember I had got a loaner from this my guys was all illegal back in the days. I ain't finna talk about that. But anyway, I got a loaner, and it was a loaner. They said, man, bring that shit back if you want. I had to call like 2 months, and it had a DVD player in it. So I used to watch DMX movies and shit and listen to his tracks and shit. So DMX always stand out to me because that was like the best time of my life. 97 was the best time of my life. I was the most famous. I was the most handsomest. I had the most money. 97 was my motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. The rapper Noriega always says 98 was the greatest year of his life.
That's when he went platinum, right?
Yeah.
I love Noriega. I love to meet him and be on that show. That's why I gotta do something. I gotta beat somebody. I gotta beat Mark Coleman. So no, this not beat him up, but I just gotta make him miss and look so fucking good at 53 years old that I get on Drink Champs. So
there you go. There you go.
There it is, man. There it is.
So have you thought about after Coleman?
After what?
After fighting Coleman, Mark Coleman, have you thought about after that?
Nah. I mean, well, like I said, they saying like January. I got offered another fight in Houston in November. I'm still waiting for an opponent, but like I'm running and hitting the bags and stuff. But the Mark Coleman fight gonna be big because that'll be on pay-per-view.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think Ram was asking, after the Mark Coleman fight, did you have any plans to do anything after that?
I just got to see how everything go.
Yeah. Okay.
I just got to see how everything works. I mean, I'm 53, so I ain't got, you know what I'm saying, as far as you know what? Real talk. I'm funny as hell, as y'all can see. I was doing comedy. I ain't never called myself a comedian. But I go on stage and do comedy. But right now, there's so much shit going on, I ain't really been able to do it. But after the Mark Coleman fight, I know I'll be feeling good. So yeah, I'm gonna get back on stage. I'm funny as fuck, man. I just don't put the I should.
That's dope. I started doing comedy a couple years ago. I haven't gotten on the mic as much as I want, but I've done maybe 80 open mics or something like that, 60 something open mics. So I'm kind of getting into it myself.
Yeah, I probably did about 20, 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's been a lot of years. That's what I'm saying. I just ain't been doing like I should have.
Yeah. It's same here. Life, different.
Like 7, 8 years ago, but I probably only been on stage like 30 times.
That's dope, man. Yeah. So I'm probably funnier than,
It's all good. I know you look funnier, motherfucker.
I'll take it because you can knock me out. I'm not even going.
Yeah, remember that shit. Remember that.
Hey, do you when you do comedy, do you just improv or do you actually write out jokes?
I write out but I do a lot of I don't know if you know Kim Whitley. She was on Sugar on Friday. Kim Whitley. A friend of mine sent a clip of my comedy, and she's like, "Man, he's funny. Like he needs to do write more jokes about boxing." So I be trying to do a lot of boxing jokes, just talking about myself and making fun of myself.
Yeah, it's easier when it's more personal to you, for sure. Yeah.
If when you talk about yourself and put yourself down, can't nobody else say shit about to you.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about acting or anything else like that?
Hell yeah. Who got a roll for me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, you got a roll for me, mother? You asked me that shit like you had something.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Hey, as soon as I get
gotta have a love scene. I gotta have a love scene, but I can't have sex because my wife.
I don't make that kind of movies. I don't. No.
My wife get mad. I gotta have a love scene. Without.
Oh man, that's
Bro, I'm funny as hell, man. It's just life a motherfucker, boy. There's so much shit going on. But when I'm ready to sit down and be myself, I'm gonna get back on that stage.
That's dope. That's super dope.
Yeah, man. Well, cool, man. I mean, you got anything else, Ram? I think.
I mean, he's talking. If I could keep going, I don't know.
I just got to go check on these tacos. I forgot it was at 8:00, and I ordered at 7:40, 7:50. They said, give me 10 more minutes. And then when I walked back, it was 7:57. I put it on the thing. So I got to make sure.
You got to eat, bro.
Huh?
You got to eat. You got to eat.
Nah, I'm good right now. I'm just saying, they don't close at 9:30. I just want to make sure my taco.
So I do got a question. You had mentioned Phoenix. Have you spent any time out there? That's where I grew up. I was just curious.
I made the Olympian team in Phoenix.
Oh, that's what. No shit. Okay.
At the Point Hilton.
Yep.
Yeah, I made the Olympian team. Yeah, but I came there like 2 years ago to a guy who had his own dispensary and farm, but it didn't work out.
Yeah. Oh. You know a boxer out there? You know, I'm sure you might be. I mean, I'm not sure. You might be familiar with Obed Sullivan, heavyweight.
Yeah. I think I know who he is. I think we might have spoke to each other before. Yeah, cool guy.
Yeah. I used to hang out with him. That's why I was curious. He's a wild dude. I had to ask. The only other boxer I actually know personally. So
I don't really know Obed. I know him, but I don't know him.
Yeah. For sure.
Hey, have you ever ran into Tyson? You got a Tyson story?
Oh shit.
Nah, real talk. My man Crocodile, respect to my man Crocodile, he just passed away. So after the Roy Jones fight, Crocodile come down to the gym like, Mike said, you the shit. Mike said, man, he wanna come through, he wanna see you. I'm like, okay. So then one day he's like, man, come up to Golden Glove. I'm all right. I'm sorry. Nah. So I said, okay. So I'm right by Sunset Park right there in Vegas where Mike live. I used to live by Sunset Park. I'm driving. I see a Lamborghini. Make a left turn. Well, yeah, Lamborghini. So now Rolls Royce or something. I can't remember. Anyway, I told my master that might be Mike Tyson. So I pulled up to the light and it was Mike Tyson. I said, I'm Montell Griffin. He's like, oh shit, get out the car. And it's like, we at the red light. It's like motherfuckers honking and shit. Mike Tyson hugged me. Like, man, you the shit, bro. Hugged me. He said, come down to the gym. I said, all right. And I went down to Golden Gloves gym. We hung out for like 3 hours. He didn't want us to leave. He wanted, I get, because he was around real motherfuckers. He loved that vibe. He didn't want us to leave. We kicked it all day. And then he fought Holyfield and bit his ear. That's the same fight.
Oh, that is the same period of time?
Yeah, I was with Mike Tyson 2 days before he bit his ear.
Oh, man.
But hey,
his breath smelled like earwax. It was before the fight.
Huh?
I said I would ask if his breath smelled like earwax, but that was before the fight. So
Man, hey, if he come after you, I had shit to do. Mike,
I already had my altercation with Mike. He already looked at me crazy. I never said anything again.
It was a girl in Vegas. They said she had sex with Mike the night before he fought Holyfield, right? So he bought a Jeep, right? She sold the Jeep and opened up a nail salon, right? So when I met her, she was fine as hell. But when I found out she fucked Mike, I'm like, I gotta fuck this bitch. My bad. I gotta fuck this girl just so I can say I'm on the same level as Mike. So I end up, you know what I'm saying, I got in everything. So I came, she asked me for autograph. I came in the nail salon and it was gone. I said, what happened to my autograph? She said, Mike Tyson turned and took it down. I said, Mike Tyson hated on me. I'm the shit. You couldn't say nothing else. Mike Tyson hated on me. I'm the shit.
That's a, yo.
True story.
Yo, that's fire right there.
I gotta go get my fish. I mean my food.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna close this out, man. I appreciate you stopping by the Denku podcast, man. This is presented by CyphaDen Music, where we inspire those higher. And remember to never stop chasing your dreams, because you will never know what you're capable of. This has been the Denku podcast, my homie. My guest.
Chance. So do not stop with your. When I was 5 years old, I met Muhammad Ali, and I said I was gonna be heavyweight champion of the world.
Okay, we're not ending this. Can you tell that I'm from Louisville, Kentucky? I'm in Louisville now. I need that story real quick.
No. I met Muhammad Ali when I was 5 years old. I said that day I was gonna be heavyweight champ. My father said, "Well, you won't be heavyweight champ, but you can be champ." But he didn't explain to me that I was a fucking midget. So why did you say I can't be heavyweight champ? He didn't explain to me I was a midget. But so I met Muhammad Ali. I knew that day I wanted to be heavyweight champ of the world. I knew that day I was gonna be champ. I hung out with Muhammad Ali from 5 to 13 years old. I've been to Deer Lake, his Deer Lake camp 3-4 times. I went over his house in Hyde Park. So many times I lost count. He was my man. He used to train in my father's gym. And I made it in boxing because of Muhammad Ali. I wanted to be like him so bad that I made it.
And that's a great way to end the podcast, man. I appreciate you to the fullest. Montell Griffin, thank you very much, man.
My taco's gonna be cold as hell, man.
Well, I apologize for the cold tacos, man.
Y'all be cool.
All right, brother.
Hey, the link or whatever y'all gonna do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My man.
Peace. All right, bless.
Respect.